I really don't know what to say. Novak Djokovic has just completed the game of tennis, winning gold at the Olympics, his lifelong dream for his country in incredible, incredible fashion. You can see how much it means to him. Alcaraz is gutted, but Djokovic has completed the thing he's been looking to do for decades in incredible fashion. Did I say that? Anyways, let's break down how Djokovic played the way he did, how he was able to beat Alcaraz, who's 16 years younger than him, on the final Sunday in Paris to get his first Olympic gold medal. Let's break it down. This is the slice presented by Betway. This is massive. Holy crap. I mean, I'm just kind of at a loss for words right now. The setup to this match was all about pressure. Who was facing the pressure? Djokovic was facing the pressure from himself to win gold. There was an incredible kind of cloud hanging over his career with the fact that he hasn't shown up with his best tennis at the Olympics or the Davis Cup. But he's just erased all of that by finding his best tennis, the best tennis we've seen him play in like potentially years, finding it in the biggest match for him in also years and getting one of the most satisfying victories of his career. So just unbelievable congrats to Djokovic, his fan base, and the country of Serbia. This has just got to feel so, so good. And you can see what it means to him. I mean, he's like in disbelief. You can see how much it meant to him. He was literally shaking on the ground after victory, crying, and that was just an amazing thing to see. So huge congrats to Djokovic and the fan base. Let's break down what happened in this match. Before we do that, thanks for being here. This is The Slice. If you've never watched us before, or if you just haven't yet, please subscribe. We're on the way to 20,000 subscribers. And I am right now at the National Bank Open in Montreal in the media press room right now. We're about to do interviews with the best players in the world. So if you are a tennis fan, you want to be close to the tour, subscribe to The Slice, and we will keep you up to date. Okay. Where do we start? The level. Let's start with the level. Djokovic, Alcaraz, 3 sets. 3-set format. I said in my preview, which you can go back and watch, that I thought the 3-set format helped Djokovic because we know that Alcaraz right now is a 5-set king. Over 5 sets, he feels super confident. He has enough time to figure things out, and he has enough time to physically wear out his opponents. And he's 21 years old, and he's a beast. He's a freak show. He's going to be able to find his best in the 5th set. So I felt like it was important for Djokovic to win the 1st set and play a great match from the start. And he did that. He did that today where he didn't do that at Wimbledon. And he was able to get off to a great start and put the pressure on Alcaraz. Djokovic served incredibly well today. Just going to pull up the stats here. But he had one of his best serving performances of his career to win the biggest match, in the last long time for him. He got 74% first serves in, which is so key for him. And he was not just rolling them in. He was finding his spots and hitting it hard and really putting the pressure on Alcaraz the whole match with his ability to serve and not get broken. Alcaraz had a lot of break points in the 1st set and the 2nd set, 8 break points total, 0 converted. So that's something that Alcaraz is going to look back on and feel pain thinking about. But a lot of that was just due to Djokovic's ability to serve. So even with him serving that well, Alcaraz still got 8 break points, wasn't able to convert. So Djokovic played one of the best serving matches of all time. Just found his absolute clutch self again, where he hasn't had it in other matches recently, especially this year. And from the baseline, from the ground, he was playing huge. His forehand out wide in the 2nd set tiebreaker, especially, essentially won him the match. On the 1st point, he got the mini break by going cross court with a huge forehand, which was like a clean winner against Alcaraz. And then to get the mini break back, he did the same thing, essentially the same shot, cross court forehand deep into a rally that Alcaraz just wasn't really expecting. And he hit it so well that Alcaraz couldn't even touch it, which is shocking. If you've watched these matchups, if Alcaraz can't get to a ball, you know how quality it is. So his ground game was precise, big, aggressive. All the things that Djokovic needed to do today, he did, and then some. Like I said on Twitter, he reached into his pocket and found vintage Djokovic, the vintage Djokovic that won him 24 slams, that got to number one in the world, that was the ultimate clutch tennis player. He went back and found that today and brought it out in the moment that mattered. And that is the craziest part about this for all days, because Djokovic is definitely, his 2024 season has been his worst on tour essentially ever. And it makes sense. He's 37 years old. Give the guy a break. He should be able to retire happy after setting almost every record in tennis. But this is the one thing he wanted more. So he went back and found the version of Djokovic that he needed to do it. And he played just, out of this world, amazing clutch tennis today to win. Alcaraz, on the other half, you can see what it means to him. Gutted after the loss. He didn't have Juan Carlos Ferrero in his box. Some people make a bigger deal of that than they need to. I don't think that really matters for him at all. The match was right there. It could have gone his way. 2 tiebreakers. And I would say Alcaraz did not have his top stuff today. He played good, but he was mentally not as clutch as he's been in other matches. And that, to be clear, is only due to, I think, Djokovic playing at the level he did, serving at the level he did, and it being a 3-set match. I think that the 3-set format, especially after Alcaraz lost the first set, he started to panic just a little bit in some of the bigger moments. Just some, not all. Like 80% of the big moments, he played amazingly well, came up with incredible shots. In the tiebreak, though, he didn't play his best. And he made some mental errors there, dumping a few shots that are going to haunt him. The difference is here, though, this was Djokovic's last chance to get a gold medal. This was Alcaraz's first chance. Alcaraz now has a silver medal in singles, and I'm sure without a doubt he'll win gold at some point. But this is a match where Alcaraz is going to look back and kind of throw up his hands, I think. Like, what could I do? So Djokovic plays, like we said, vintage, clutch, top-level tennis, and Alcaraz, how can he match that every single time? You're taking away from Djokovic if you say that just because Alcaraz didn't have everything that he could have, it somehow allowed Djokovic to win. No, I see this as Djokovic found his best stuff, and that pushed Alcaraz off the top of the podium because of how well that Djokovic was playing. So, yeah, Alcaraz was an absolute freak today. I tweeted out earlier that the gets that Alcaraz is getting would make a regular player just puke, because, like, what do you need to do to get the ball by this guy? But Djokovic just laughed. He was just laughing at so many of these things because he knows how much of a freak Alcaraz is. And like Djokovic said, Alcaraz is the best player in the world right now, according to Djokovic. But the quality that Djokovic had all match long outlasted Alcaraz and made Alcaraz kind of panic a little bit in that second set tiebreak. And that's just how it goes. In the 3-set format, that's how you need to win. You need to win the first set and keep the pedal down. And that's what Djokovic did. So, yeah. I mean, what else is there to say? Have I missed anything? Djokovic completes the game of tennis. For him, I think, he could retire right now and a happy man. I really don't see what else he's playing for after this. He's won everything. He holds 24 majors. He holds the most weeks at number 1. He holds a gold medal for Serbia in singles. And what else is he playing for? So it's going to be really interesting to see where Novak goes from this. How motivated will he be to come play Masters 1000 tournaments, compete at the Grand Slams? Obviously, he's just a competitive person, but he's already said at the beginning of last year and this year that he doesn't enjoy the intensity that he has to bring to win at the level he's won at. He doesn't enjoy it anymore. It's a grind. It's hard. It's mental. You have to be, when he's freaking out at his bench or his box and stressed out, that's not enjoyable for him. It's not enjoyable for anyone, but it's what he needs to get to the level that he's been at and find the tennis that he needed today to win his first gold medal. Again, you can see what it means to him. It was absolutely incredible. Lastly, let's just talk about the match in general. I think this was arguably the best match of 2024. What other match have we had it where both guys were playing at such a high level? And to be clear, they were at such a high level. I just know Alcaraz could have had one notch better of his game, but I still think it's probably the match of the year. 2 sets, straight set victory, but 2 tie breaks, unbelievable rallies, unbelievable level. To me, I think it's the match of the year. Wimbledon obviously wasn't. Djokovic didn't have it. Alcaraz dominated. And what other match stands out this year? I think this has got to be it. One anecdote. So watching this match with how good Djokovic played, I think the clay might have had a little bit of a part to play in this, in why Alcaraz couldn't find what he needed. Back in 2022, Alcaraz told me in a press conference that he prefers fast surfaces. Even that was back before he had won Wimbledon twice, before he'd won for the French Open. I believe it was actually before he won the US Open. Might have been after. Actually, might have been in Austria. I can't remember now. But he said he prefers quick courts. And you see that at Wimbledon. I think his power gets more purchase. His serve is better when the court's quicker. On clay, it's almost like he's stuck in the mud a little bit. And against even a regular Djokovic at 37 and every other player in the world, he's winning this match, probably. But when Djokovic is playing at this level, getting everything back and being able to stay on the baseline and hit so deep and with pace and hold Alcaraz back, he kind of doesn't have the same put away power and the same lightning touch that he does on the grass or on a quicker hard court. And the heaviness that he has in his game and the height doesn't bother Djokovic like it does other players. So on an Indian Wells or French Philippe Chatrier, Alcaraz can still, he has another way, he has multiple ways to beat people. But today, with the way that Djokovic played, I think Alcaraz would have had a better chance on a different court, on a quicker court, like we saw at Wimbledon. But Djokovic gets it done on Chatrier, where he completed the career Grand Slam, the double career Grand Slam, the triple career Grand Slam, and now won gold for Serbia at the Olympics. So that's my reaction. That's my analysis of the match. Unbelievable form, vintage, historic, world-changing form for Djokovic. Completes the game of tennis, and Alcaraz feels the pain of an Olympic loss where he was playing for more than himself. He was playing for his country, and he knows he didn't come up with his absolute best stuff. But how can you blame him? He's just won the French Open. He's just won Wimbledon. Is he just going to win every tournament for the rest of his life? No. Djokovic still had unfinished business, and you cannot put away Djokovic from relevancy, even at 37. So this is incredible. Celebrate the win, Nole fam. Unbelievable for Djokovic. And we are going to break down in another video. Stay tuned to The Slice. Follow at The Slice Tennis. Follow me at The Slice Steven. I'm here at the National Bank Open in Montreal until Thursday, and we'll be giving you behind the scenes. Yannick Sinner's here, Grigor Dimitrov's here, Holger Rune's here. Everyone in the world essentially is here except for Djokovic and Alcaraz, because they just left it all out on Philippe Chatrier. So that's The Slice. That's what you need to know. Thanks for being here. Thanks for subscribing. We'll see you next time on the show. Peace.